But actually, the way we've always kept in touch, of course, my mother always kept in touch with her sister, who was Alba's mother. And as we were saying the other day at the table, they had sent them money innumerable times to come to America. And for one reason or another, they never
I don't think they
did.
ever had any intentions of coming to America.
They had left Zaida with my grandmother with the idea that as soon as they were settled and had gotten a couple of bucks together, I guess, that they would send for my grandmother and my aunt. But of course, then in the meantime, she met this man that she married, Piracini was his name, and they ended up having 3 children. Well, she lost the boy, Spartaco, and the little girl, Lucia, and the only one that was left to her was Alba. And of course, she had lost her husband too, because he was not join the fascisti, which was the
Mussolini's party.
of Mussolini, and they used to pull little tricks like tying the pants legs and feeding them castor oil, and then throwing them into prison for some time.
Now, this was the guy though, they tied his pant legs and gave him the mineral oil, and didn't they make him, castor oil, didn't they make him walk on the walls of the
Yes,
of the
they
town?
made them walk on the walls, and then after that they
Because it
would
was,
go.
what town were they in? Was it in Monte Carlo or in
At that point, yes, they were in Monte Carlo.
so that had the fortress
They had the
walls all the way around,
All the way around, right.
and that kind of killed him, didn't it?
Well, actually, because of this type of treatment and being thrown into these, they had like dungeons, you know, that they threw him in, he developed tuberculosis and died. And the little boy, I have a picture somewhere of Spartaco. Anyway, because
Spartaco?
Spartaco was his name.
After Spartacus, the slave who led the rebellion?
Yeah. And
Good
the little
heavens.
girl was Lucia. And Alba was the only one left to my aunt. So at that point, all the more reason for her to come, and then my grandmother had died.
But there's
then,
still all those wonderful people over there that you stay in touch with and that we met.
Yeah.
Well, all during the war, or even after the war, we used to make packages of clothing.
Well, we never were able to send any during the war.
No,
No.
but
Before and
Yeah, well,
after,
we were
yes.
sort of at war with Italy during
Yeah,
the war.
because
In
they
the
were
Second
not,
World War.
You know,
Yeah.
they were not our allies, and
they capitulated after.
but we knew that our people were not fascisti, and as I say, my aunt's husband was, or my uncle, who I never knew, was killed by them.
Was it hard to get mail back and forth during that time?
Yes, for a long time
Yeah.
we didn't really know what had happened.
How did you find out
Now,
finally?
well, Tia Zaida and Alba were fortunate. They were able to get to France. And again, Tia was a governess. And this family that I guess was in France, and she was able to get over there. But they did go through a period of bombardment and so on during the war, yeah. And
They didn't have it easy, I'll tell you
no.
that.
And then your mother, of course, corresponded as soon as she was
yeah.
able to with her sister and the cousins.
Well, I still hope we can get back there to see all those
Yes, they're
people
all
again.
doing quite well now.
Well, when the
Yes, so far.
government did this deal with the land, Gino, for one, took advantage of it, and he took 5 acres then they started going into this flower business. And that's what started them on the road to where they are now.
Independence, let's
Yeah.
say. They're not
In the
rich
meantime,
by a
Angelino,
long
of
shot.
course, he was all set with Mr. Rosie and his textile business, and they were
Okay.
pretty well set.
Yeah.
So Gino had to take care of his family this way, and that's what he wanted. That's
Well-
what he left the other. That was a good life for Gino, you know, and Anna. But he wanted a family and he wanted his own land, so that's what he got. And the youngest guy, Pietro, who we finally did meet,
Yeah.
he was always so sickly. My mother tells me that when he was a teenager, he was very, very sick all the time. So he never got anywhere. He never had the ambition to get anywhere either.
And he did pass away after we saw them.
After we left, he had developed a tumor, a brain
Well,
tumor.
he had
Yeah.
it at the time.
And
we
he
were
was
there.
going for radiation treatments at the time we were there.
I think about, what was it, only
Well,
2 or
then
3
too,
months.
when he lost his 2 sons, you know, Alexander was only,
23 or 24.
24. He
And,
developed pneumonia or
and
something.
John Pietro was,
Oh, he died from a burst appendix.
that's right.
That's
And
right.
John Pietro was, what, 17 or 18?
He got in with the wrong guys. They tried to stick up a gas station or something.
A bar, I think it was. wasn't it?
bar?
A bar.
Yeah. And
They
the
shot
guy
him.
behind the bar didn't horse around. He shot him.
How awful.
So that kind of knocked the hell out of Pietro too. And having this tumor, and then he killed a guy. I don't know what happened to this day. We don't know all the whole story, but I'm assuming that somebody tried to do something wrong with his daughter.
No,
The girl
not
that-
according to,
Well, I know, the thing is that he
Johanna.
was drunk, and they got into an argument. He went home and got his gun and went back and shot the guy. He killed him. So
And he was
in-
never prosecuted.
Yeah, he was in jail for a long, long time.
Oh, he was?
But because of his condition, they considered that he wasn't himself when he did all this. So
and I don't think he was himself.
when we were there, he had been out for some time. But anyway, it was a sad story.
Yeah.
Well, we should stop at that point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we ended up when we moved to Brookfield and we're going to school and high school and
And then
And
you
then
went
from then
on to
on,
Northwestern.
you can take care of
so
the
that's
story.
up to you now.
Yeah.
You fill in the rest of the life. And we in the meantime are sitting here in Florida,
In a
and we
beautiful
love
home.
this laid back, easygoing life.
whoa, we don't have time to do what we want to do.
Well, but still.
We get up in the morning and there's always something to do. Like tomorrow morning, I should go out there and check that pool because it was loaded with algae again. You know, there's always something to do.
There's always something.
And what I used to do after work now takes me all day.
Well, what do they say? Every job expands to meet the time that you have to
do it.
to do it in, right?
Right.
All right.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
From,
Well, I just hope that when you start remembering your childhood,
That you remember it happily.
Oh, yeah.
We tried to do our best.
Oh, sure.
It wasn't maybe always
well,
good enough, but we tried.
Oh, yeah. All right.
I wasn't always the easiest guy to get along with.
You aren't even today.
so what
You
else
haven't
is
changed
new?
that much.
So feel bad. Feel happy about it.
You haven't changed at all.
All right.
Not at all.
All right, thanks a lot.
Okay.
All right.
See you May or June.
All right.
Just take care. And give the kids a big hugs and kisses for us.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah.
Bye.
Lots of hugs. and
Love you
kisses
guys.
for the kids, too.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you in 4 months, 5 months at the most, and
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll call.
yeah.
No, I guess it would be.
Yes, you probably heard my hearing aid.
All right, bye-bye.
All right.